My question is, through through meditation, can one achieve or accomplish his deepest longings or desires? For example, if one needs to buy a house, or one need to get rid of his chronic illness, which is very deeper to him, and can someone accomplish or achieve his deepest longings through meditation? Is it possible? Because we are going in the deeper state, so is it possible through meditations?
Yeah, this is actually a dangerous path. We cannot manipulate meditation for achievements. We are meditating to drop the mind. The purpose of meditation is just dropping the mind. And instead, if we are stimulating the mind and intensifying the mind to fructify certain things, already the mind becomes very strong. Then you have to take the mind out, and that will be very, very difficult. That's the problem. What you were saying is an attempt to get into paranormal powers. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you read in the Vibhuti Padam certain siddhis. And all the siddhis are working in this way. There you voluntarily put an idea and you integrate with the idea in no time, that the idea will bear fruit immediately. This is called a process called samyama. So this process is working for paranormal powers. Our intention should not be misunderstood. Our intention is to drop the mind. Our intention is not to strengthen the mind. Desires may be there, and that desires you can work out by focusing into the action which is appropriate for fulfilling that desire. Instead of, if you apply this in your meditative program, it will work. But you're sidetracking the issue. Thereby, the mind gets very, very strong. Thereby, you may not be able to drop the mind. You are working to drop the mind, and you get trapped by the potentialities of the mind that you will never come out. Your goal is gone. That's why, after describing all the paranormal powers in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, he himself was saying that this should not be used with some motives. This is just to understand the strength and the potentiality of the mind, and not for manipulating. The problem with manipulation is, if you start to manipulate, then you have to manipulate everything. If you allow it to be taken care of by the nature, you have no strain. The nature is taking care of everything. You are not the one who is making things. It is the nature that makes it happen. Everything. And if you take the ownership and try to make it manifest or fructify, then the problem is your mind becomes very potential. As I said, to take away the mind, you will struggle like anything. Moreover, you will start to get into the feeling that I can make things which I wanted to make. I can create things. I can manifest things. There are people in our society. Some practice they do, they get into a little bit of paranormal powers and then they feel they are God. This is dangerous, that you become a demigod. And by using it few times, then the mind will lose its inherent possibility and nothing will work out after some time. Then what the person do at that time? He will pretend that he has the power and he go into tricks and magics to hold the people. We cannot, when we try to cheat somebody, we are not cheating somebody, we are cheating ourselves. We have a normal plan. Suppose if you wanted to achieve something, a great garden you wanted to achieve. Of course, you have to work for this, intensely focusing on your work, and you go on working day and night. And then you will fructify it. There is no shortcut. Ultimately, that is a dangerous shortcut, even if you resort to that. So it is strictly warned that one should not enter there for manifesting things. Then there will be big trouble. There will be big sorrow and agony. There will be big sorrow and agony. Then if you wanted to stop after some time, you cannot stop. It will run over you. People are looking for paranormal powers. And you work on it, it will come. Because these are certain techniques actually to understand the hidden potentialities of our mind. We are studying the mind, that is our work. So if there is something hidden in the mind, that needs to be understood. So to explore the hidden potentialities of the mind, we work with the paranormal powers just for that. Even when you are doing that, your mind becomes very potential, and then you understood that, oh, this is working. And then first time when it is working, you may not be very clear whether it is working or whether it just simply happened. So you try one more time, and then it's also working. And then you get a little joy, you do it one more time. You're fixed. You have the power now. Then you cannot take it away. It's very hard. For example, this what Satish was saying, asking is, then what he was thinking, I understood that if you really make greater possibility with your meditation to fructify all your karmas, you will be free. That's the idea. But it is not going to work in that way. It is going to work in a harder way, that your mind becomes potential, that you cannot take away the mind. Your purpose is defeated totally. Then maybe there will be a gathering around. We are not working for that. There will be a lot of people gathering around you. You are a great magician now. And then people believe that when you look, all the disease will run away from sick people. And you get a lot of gathering around you, but your suffering will increase. Then you have to pretend that you are somebody big. You become a demigod. And you started to make you believe that everything is possible for me. And then your mind goes into a very absurd area. It's very dangerous. One example I will say to you, there is a paranormal power called Parahridaya Jnana, to know somebody's mind. We don't know our mind. If we wanted to know somebody's mind, what's going on in their mind, It's very normal for human beings to know that. That feeling is normal, just to understand what they are thinking. Suppose you work that paranormal powers, and your mind will be very empty, and then suddenly, when you see a person, some thoughts appears. Then you know that there is no possibility for this thought to come into your mind at this point of time. So it must be happening nearby that you wanted to test once more. Then you will understand that, okay, it is not mine, it's just reflecting in me, so I understand. So you get very curious and happy to really show this once more. You are trapped. You were working to stop the activities of your mind. Now, anybody who is coming near you and their thought will come and clutter inside your mind. How are you going to take it away? Whether you want to know or not, it will come. You are not interested, but it comes. You cannot stop it. Then the suffering. You were working to stop the activities of your mind. Now, all the minds which are around will push into your mind. Thereby you get very, very restless. You have defeated yourself. So this kind of work, we need to know what is the purpose for which I am doing this. My purpose of meditation, as proposed by the greatest master of yoga, who is Patanjali, and he made the system for you to drop your mind. And also to know on the way everything the mind does. And to get a mastery over the mind, that when you ask the mind to stop, the mind stops. He made for that. And if you are creating strength to our own mind, then we are sidetracking. Instead, the better way is we work hard. If we wanted to generate something, a big desire, as I was saying, to have a big garden, for example. You sit and meditate and make the garden is the way which they are asking. You go to the field, work hard, make your garden, you'll be happy. But when you are doing that process physically, you keep your mind in a calm state with nothing in the mind. Then you will be very potential when you are doing an action, because your mind is free. That means you can focus fully in what you are doing. That will become a meditation. Your action becomes a meditation by itself. Instead of meditating to fructify an action, your action becomes a meditation by itself. You have to go that direction. The other, never attempt. I suffered it, that's why I'm saying this. It's difficult. You have no control. Then you're lost. At the beginning, you will be very happy. Because things are happening, things which you have only read or maybe heard from somebody is happening in your life. Then when that is surrendered, then you understand that everything is taken care of by the nature. You have no special role. You are relaxed. Nature takes care of things. It will work like a miracle. It will work like a miracle because the whole nature participates in your wish. You are free. You can travel anywhere if you want. without money or without anything, because the nature is taking care of you, and you know that it is working in this way. You see abundant love that the nature is showering on you all the time. You are like the pet child of the nature. And that is such a fantastic thing to experience that love of nature. And also in exchange of that, you feel gratitude for the nature. We should work hard. You work hard and hard and hard and make everything happen with full focus, that your action becomes a meditation by itself. I propose that. I never proposed the other school. But when I was young, of your age, I have tried these kind of things. And I understood. It's a hard path. It's a path of suffering. In the beginning, we may feel that it is something great, but sooner you will understand that you have no control. You got into a rut that it moves there. You cannot escape it. You cannot come out of it. And then what are we going to do to stop the activities? Nothing. Then people say that, oh, now I played a lot of things. This life is wasted, so I will have to wait for another life. We have one at hand. That needs to be judiciously, with love, with feeling, with care. We have to take care of it with utmost respect to the chance that we got here. And no shortcuts. Life can be hard at times. But meditation is not a tool to materialize things quickly. It will happen, but don't go there. It will happen. This is my advice. I strongly advise this. And I have no feelings for this kind of magicians who are working in spirituality. It's not for that. Thank you very much. Keep
Thank
it
you.
in mind. Don't go that side.